Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu from the Box Press Studio, Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Good
I'm
man.
doing well, man.
Nice.
Jets big announcement. They have new uniforms. Ooh,
Do they? Is
ooh.
Nice.
Who
that what it
cares?
is?
That they
Well,
they they announced it 5 minutes after
Right
the Super Bowl
now?
ended.
Yeah, right now. What?
Hold on,
you
what
know,
is
in the
it?
cigar
New,
industry, when they
new
change the
uniforms.
packaging, that means that the blend changes. So that can only be team better,
Yeah.
right?
I hope the blend changes because the Jets blend is not good.
When you
Bad
guys
blend.
saw the end zone, the Chiefs end zone, did you guys just keep thinking of mustard the entire time? I did.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, they do
but
have that
no,
mustardy
no, I do.
yellow, I guess.
Yeah, it's
It's
like that
mustard
mustard.
yellow.
Yeah,
They have that
it made me.
championship
I
yellow,
saw it, that
motherfucker.
mustard yellow. I kept on wanting a fucking soft pretzel. Like 90% of the game, I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
man, I could
Now I
go
want
for
a
a
soft
fucking
pretzel. Thanks,
I could
Seth.
go
Oh,
for.
that sounds really good.
God.
Yeah, see,
With
that's what I'm saying.
what is that? What is that? Beer cheese? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Beer
I
Yeah,
cheese?
beer
mean, well, yeah,
cheese.
I was thinking more with
So
mustard,
good.
but
Oh, oh.
Stone the
traditional for
stone
dip. I
mustard,
only
stone
do
green
it
mustard.
Philadelphia style like Coop. So,
Hmm.
There you go.
hmm
Steve
What are we
Wilkes,
talking
Coop's
about?
boy.
Steve Wilkes, talking about
Coop's
Steve
dude.
Wilkes.
So today we are talking about the Alfonso Gran Selección Estelares. Cigars are Robusto Extra 5.5 by 54. Comes out of the Tabacos de Costa Rica factory in Costa Rica. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano. Binders from Peru. Filler is from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. It is blended by Nelson Alfonso. Price point is $42. Cigar was released in November of 2023. And we picked these cigars up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you're in Florida near one of the locations, be sure to stop in for a cigar and a libation. But if you are not in the area, you can give them a call or go to the website, place an order, and it will be shipped to you almost instantly. All right, so with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
I thought it was good. I thought it was kind of smooth is not the best word to use, but I used it. Um,
Better than Cuban-esque.
but yeah,
Smooth
that's true. That's very true.
operator.
It's very easygoing. A lot of like, in some ways it tasted like a really good pastry. You know, um,
Like a
it's really
really good
sweet,
pastry, or like a really really good pastry.
really good. Like we're talking like
Legit San
some
Francisco
French
pastry.
dude that doesn't even like put deodorant on his pits, right? Like made it.
French
Uh,
style.
I got you. It's an easy lover.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of deodorant, I don't really wear deodorant since the pandemic started. Anyways, a lot of sweetness, like sweet roasted nuttiness, cedar, like this Hawaiian bread vibe going on, like brioche, really soft bread. Just the right amount of like heat and spice came through the retro. It's a luxurious smoke. I recommend it. Not for how much was it? Not for
$42.
$42. Maybe I recommend cutting it in half and splitting it with somebody.
All right, Seth, what are your thoughts?
I could go for some Hawaiian sweet rolls though.
Mm.
Um, I got some barnyard spice, wood, earth, some sweet peppers, leather and tobacco, medium strength and body. It was pretty, I was almost gonna say smooth. It was pretty consistent and easy. It was an easy smoke. I mean, there was flavors, but it wasn't overly complex. Really good draw and burn though. So it was good construction, medium strength body. Not overly complex. It's the Peruvian tobacco in there. That's what killed it. John?
Yeah, it was okay. I agree it's not overly complex. I actually would use the word kind of simplistic in terms of how the flavors came together. It had a promising start in the first third, creamy bread. So building on what June was saying, like I guess Hawaiian sweet roll is probably a good example. Nuts and woodiness, cinnamon in the retrohale. Nice start. I'm like, okay, this the typical Alfonso delivering really rich, nuanced, layered flavors. And that kind of disappeared in the second third for me. It started out creamy spices, but then there's this medium strength wood, which brought the bread initially with it, but then it just was so wood forward. The bread really just providing an accent note. So again, pleasant with the spices there, but not anywhere near the same level of complexity. And then last third was sweet wood with tannic wood accents on the post draw. And again, just kind of really a woody profile. Amazing burn, slight waviness to it at most in the first third, but really nothing I needed to worry about. Did have an issue with the draw, unfortunately. Quite resistant, sort of McDonald's milkshake level resistance. So really had to work at it throughout. And for such a big cigar, that was a bit exhausting. So overall, pretty average experience for me. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with a mix of toasted cedar and sandalwood, along with some black pepper. Got some mustiness that joined in pretty quickly, and then some chalkiness a little bit later. Through the last 2 thirds, the black pepper moved up and down in the profile, while the other components just kind of remained pretty constant. So, nice start. I had a good mix of flavors, but from the second third on, it was pretty linear and mundane. Not a very exciting blend. I expected more from the brand, and especially from the price point, but not something I'd really see myself coming back to. All right, getting into the score, start at the top with Jiunn at 6.82. Seth gave it a 6.1. I gave it a 5.65, and John gave it a 5.5. So Jiunn had that 6.82 matchup for you.
Pretty well. I mean, this is exactly what I want out of this brand, right? To have like a lot of these like soft kind of notes, and it's what I expect. I always have a difficult time with the pricing on these. So to that extent, if would I grab something that's like this out of B&M, especially for something I didn't mention, actually, I kind of felt like it was a little it was very transitional, so it was like the same note the whole time, which for $42, I don't know. Might as well, maybe instead get like a diesel unholy cocktail or something.
All right, Seth 6.1.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I wouldn't recommend people back to the cigar, especially for $42. And then, the more I look at it, when you show the photo of it, I hate saying it, doesn't it look cheap for being $42? Like I know the band,
I've never really been a big fan.
I know the band is similar to like the Connecticut one, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna let John
I
go,
don't
but
actually like the packaging on the Alfonso versus the the other two brands.
it's just against that like darker wrapper.
And it's not even it should be cheaper, right? You feel like this brand should be cheaper than what are the other two ones that's more expensive?
Atabay.
Atabay,
But this is
Byron,
Alfonso is
and
actually supposed to be even higher
even
end.
more luxurious. Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Oh,
it's just
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I know it's somewhat similar in style to the one on the Connecticut, which we also reviewed, which I enjoyed, even though it's expensive. It just doesn't look as, I don't know, doesn't
The
look as
Atabay
nice.
looks way more luxurious.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
just a brand confusion going on.
Brand confusion.
My 5.65 matches up well. Above average flavor profile. I had some issues with the burn, a little bit wavy, and went out on me twice. So that was a bit of a bummer, especially on a cigar of this price. So, yeah, not coming back. All right, John, 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, the flavor profile was okay. I would say for me, having that tight of a draw on a $42 cigar would be kind of unacceptable. Obviously we are consumers, so lots and lots and lots of other Atabay cigars that have reached for before this Alfonso. So especially at $42.
Yeah. Any final thoughts from you guys on this?
Stay in school.
Don't do drugs, kids.
And if you
All
do,
right.
just smoke weed.
There you go. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on all social media channels and catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Gran Selección.